Trump urges Zelensky to abandon Crimea and pledge not to join NATO.
US President Donald Trump has urged Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to accept certain Russian conditions to end the conflict in Ukraine, including giving up Crimea and pledging not to join NATO. On the eve of crucial talks with Zelensky and a delegation of European leaders, Trump revealed on August 18th the message he planned to deliver to his guests at the White House: that Zelensky must accept some Russian conditions to end the conflict in Ukraine. President Zelensky of Ukraine could end the conflict with Russia almost immediately if he wanted, or he could choose to continue fighting, Trump wrote on social media, adding, "Remember how this conflict started. Do not reclaim Crimea that Obama lost 12 years ago without a single shot. And do not join NATO. Some things never change." The US leader's message underscored the pressure Zelensky would face on August 18th, as Trump sought a resolution to the conflict. The two conditions set by Trump, that Ukraine relinquish Crimea, which Russia annexed in 2014 and pledged never to join NATO, are the same conditions that Russian President Vladimir Putin has demanded to end the conflict. Trump is hoping that Zelensky will sign an agreement after meeting Kremlin leader Vladimir Putin in Alaska, and he appears to have endorsed the view that pursuing a peace treaty is preferable to entering into an initial ceasefire agreement proposed by Moscow. Trump and Zelensky are scheduled to meet on Monday, local time. On CBS, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio stated, "If at this moment we cannot achieve peace and the war continues, thousands more lives will be lost. We may, unfortunately, end up in that situation, but we do not want it to happen." On Sunday, through a social media post, Trump promised major developments regarding issues related to Russia, without providing further details. Speaking on CNN on Sunday, Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff said, "We forced them to concede, to accept that the US would provide a defense treaty, similar to NATO's Article 5, suggesting that this treaty would serve as an alternative to Ukraine's pursuit of NATO membership." He noted that this was the first time Russia has agreed to such a clause. On Sunday, several European leaders announced that they would join President Zelensky in meeting President Trump in Washington to support Zelensky's position. During Sunday's meeting, European leaders expressed unity, welcomed the security commitments offered by the US, but stressed that discussions concerning Ukrainian territory must include Kyiv's participation and must contain clear provisions to safeguard Ukraine's remaining territory. Some leaders called for a ceasefire agreement, a deal Trump had previously sought during his summit with Putin. However, Trump has since shifted his objective, siding with Moscow's view that peace negotiations could proceed without a ceasefire, a position rejected by many of Ukraine's European allies. In a statement, Poland's foreign ministry declared, "We cannot negotiate peace under a rain of bombs." A joint statement issued by the UK, France, and Germany after the meeting said the leaders of these countries were ready to deploy forces to ensure security once the violence ends, and to help Ukraine defend its airspace, territorial waters, and rebuild its armed forces. On social media platform X, Zelensky stated that there was strong support for Ukraine's independence and sovereignty at the meeting. Everyone agreed that borders cannot be changed by force. He also stressed that any security commitments must be practical, providing protection on land, at sea, and in the air, and must include European participation. Rubio previously emphasized that both Ukraine and Russia would have to make concessions to reach a peace agreement, and that security guarantees for Ukraine would be discussed on Monday. He also stressed that consequences must be imposed on Russia if no agreement is reached. Speaking on CBS, Rubio said, "I cannot say with certainty that we are close to a peace deal, but I can say we are seeing progress. Enough progress to hold a meeting with Zelensky and European nations, enough progress to justify investing more time." An insider source revealed that after the meeting in Alaska, Trump called Zelensky and informed him that the Kremlin leader had proposed freezing the front line if Ukraine conceded the entire Donetsk region. Zelensky rejected this demand.